Stop wasting your club's money. Bua is Ireland's newest sportswear company, offering high-quality custom teamwear for all sporting clubs at the most competitive price on the market. Turn your kit into cash with Bua Sportswear and support your club's next big fundraiser. To find out more, check out buakit.com or follow Bua Sportswear on Instagram and Facebook. Welcome back to the Sideline Live podcast. You can follow us over on Twitter and Instagram at the Sideline Live. We'd love to hear from you. On episode 35, I am delighted to be joined by University of Wyoming junior Eoin Nelson. This is another episode of our Green Army Broad series as we chat to Eoin about his path to the States, junior college, the recruiting process, learning from teammates and so much more. I really enjoyed chatting to Eoin, so I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hi Eoin, thanks a million for coming on the podcast.
Perfect, thank you for having me.
So before we get into everything, I suppose, would you be able to give a little bit of background to yourself to the listeners?
My name's Eoin Nelson. I play basketball at the University of Wyoming. I'm from Dublin, Ireland, and I've been in America for the last 2 years. Very
good. You haven't lost the accent yet, Eoin. That seems to be a theme. All the Irish people still have their accents.
No one wants to lose it. Who wants to lose an accent? No one wants to lose it.
Very true. So kind of going back to growing up, you've an interesting background in sport. Your coach mentioned you played rugby, GAA, like Gaelic football and hurling, a bit of soccer. When did you get involved with basketball, or was that maybe at a later stage?
So I didn't get involved. Like when I was younger, I played a bit, but like I wasn't like serious about it. Like it was just like you did it just more to get out of class type stuff. Like
absolutely. If anyone's listening and they don't agree, you're lying.
Everyone plays sport to get out of class. I don't want to hear anything else. But until I grew, when I was growing up, my cousin was always big into basketball. Sean Stack, like he was always big into it. So like I always had like some sort of interest in it. And then I got to like 16. I was tall enough. I don't know how tall, but I'm guessing like above like 6'4", 6'6", okay. Probably around that. So I was tall enough. And him and then a few of my mates in school, they just pushed me. They were just like, you might as well just give it a shot. Like, what's the worst that could happen from it? And they pushed me towards it. And like, ever since then, I just fell in love with it. I went to practice with one of my coaches who used to go to my school. He now coached at UCD Marion. So okay. I already had that connection there. So I went to practice there. And it just started to all click. Like everything just started to work out for me.
Okay, interesting. And did you notice the benefit of having the other sports? I know you only picked up basketball at 16, but did you notice even up to now, do you feel like playing the other four sports, you picked up other things, or maybe you were able to pick up some things of basketball a little bit quicker?
Oh yeah, no, it definitely helps a lot. Like it really does. Like I'd recommend to anyone, like as a young child, just like, yeah, you could focus on one sport, but playing multiple sports, they all like end up tying in together. Like there's a lot of connecting bits. Like from like Gaelic, you have the whole like keeping your head up, like Gaelic and hurling, like knowing to keep your head up, look for your other teammates. Like rugby adds the whole physical factor to it. Like hurling and Gaelic would do the same, but like I was more focused on Gaelic than I was hurling. So like that's where like the bouncing of the ball just became like a natural thing. Like it wasn't something that was really awkward, like where the ball would bounce off my shoe or anything. You're already used to bouncing it. So like they all slowly tie in. Like there's different factors. Like the footwork in basketball is very different, but at the same time, it's like similar. Like you have like your 4 steps in Gaelic. All you have to do is just cut that down to 2 steps, which is like, it's not as hard as people would really think. Like,
yeah, definitely. I'm interested to hear then, so you're 16 starting basketball and then you ended up playing for Ireland. Talk about bridging that gap from, yes, you had a sporting background, but from picking up a new sport to representing your country, obviously that took a huge amount of work.
Yeah, that's honestly probably my greatest achievement as a basketball player, being able to represent Ireland twice. But to get to that stage, I was playing basketball for a couple months and I was told through some of the lads in the team that there was like a tryout for like the East regional team or East Leinster team or something. Like I can't remember exactly what it was, but I went to try out for that, and then I got called back for another tryout. It was in, I remember we was finished practice and we went up to Dublin Lions in Clondalkin for the tryout, and I got called back for another one, and it just like I wasn't. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't hopeful going into this. The initial tryout, I was just like, I've been playing basketball for whatever, like 3 months. Like, I'm not really that hopeful, but I went there, got called back for another tryout. I got to the East team, and then from that there was an Irish trial. So I was like, okay, I made one team. Let's see if I can make another. And
Yeah.
then from the Irish trial, I just worked my ass off. Really, that's the easiest way to put it. Like I was very
Okay.
determined to make out. Like I seen I could make one team, so I said, "There's like it's a big step, but at the same time, in terms of basketball, it's not that big a step. Like you still use the same skills. You're playing against slightly better people just from across the country. Like why can't I do
Mm.
this?" So
Yeah.
that's really it. Like I just worked my ass off. I was in the
Mm.
gym on weekends with the coach, trying to just get my fitness there, try to fix my diet, and just make myself a better player.
Brilliant. Where do you think that mentality came from of kind of going in with, it kind of sounds like no fear, as in, I'm going to take on whoever, even though I've only played the sport a couple of months, I'm going to go for the Irish team?
That was just it was just kind of my thing my whole life. Like my cousin Sean, like he always put that attitude in towards me. Like I used to do summer camps and he used to like run them. I used to just be a little kid. And like
Mm.
even when I was there, like he was always pushing me to do more, like just be a better player. From like Gaelic and hurling and rugby, it's just like if I'm scared, what's the point of me playing? Like
Mm.
if you play with fear, you're not going to achieve much. Like someone's just going to be able to take advantage of you. So why play with fear? Why be scared of someone else? So
Love that.
that was just my whole mindset. Just don't be scared of anyone else.
That's brilliant. And was that tryout, that Irish team, what year was that and what age group would that have been?
That would have been under 18s. I'd say, I want to say it was later in 2016, 2017. So I think we went to
Okay.
Kosovo in 2018.
Okay. And did you make that from that first trial? Did you make the squad, or was it a little bit later that you got to make the team?
So I kept going through the cuts. So like we started out in King's Hospital, made it through the cuts. We like went to Oblitz and all that. Like just kept going through cuts. And then it came like a couple of months before we left for Kosovo. They announced like the final 12, and I made that team. So like there was several cuts. We went to Wales as well. I got to play my first international game there. And then they
Hmm.
made a cut after that, and I continued to just get through the cuts.
And what was that? I'm interested to hear the learning kind of coming from that original trial to Kosovo. What were the biggest things that you learned, whether it's from your position, just overall about the game?
It was honestly like it was probably just being able to get a better feel for the game, like because like at the time, like I was like really fresh into basketball, like I didn't have the best feel, but it's being able to read if one person does a certain action, what my reaction to that should be. Like
Hmm.
I still like I can't lie, I still don't have like the best feel, but over the years I've kept like trying to watch film, try to watch like why I did such a thing or why they did such a thing just to learn from that. So
Hmm.
that was my biggest factor was just trying to learn why like players do certain things and how I should react to that.
Yeah. And out of interest, who would you watch film wise? Or obviously you might get a chance to watch yourself, but is there any particular players that you would watch and try learn from?
I watched there was like just some clips on YouTube of just European players because that's just coming from Europe. That was like the main thing. But then like in terms of like the NBA, like I'd be watching like the older players like Karl Malone, like that was like he was a big one, like or even like Chris Kaman, like the caveman, like just watching him, just like traditional post players who were just able to like expand on their game.
Hmm.
That would be like more of my style. Like, yeah, like everyone wants to shoot the ball, but at the same time, like you need someone to play inside. You don't need everyone outside in the perimeter.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm interested to hear then, going to Kosovo, what was it like? I know you got to play in Wales as well, but what's that like, getting your first cap in Wales and then going to your first European Championships?
Probably the best experience of my life.
Yeah.
Getting to, like just getting to wear that Irish jersey and just line up for the first time, like for the national anthem. It was just probably like just knowing you made that final 12 team. It's probably the best experience, like one of the best experiences in my life. Just being
Yeah.
able to play out there. Like, yeah, I had my first cap in Wales and that was a great honor. But like knowing that I'm now representing my country on like a whole European stage, playing against like Malta, Monaco, like all that. Just getting to just do that was just it was a great honor, honestly.
Did they kind of expand your mind and your kind of outlook on the sport, playing against that time in Wales and then playing against the countries you mentioned, where you're kind of getting to see another style of the game, kind of expanding your whole view of the sport, really?
Yeah, it was like it really expanded it, like getting to see how other players play, like the drills like they do, how they like get implemented into a game, like just seeing how their style of play. Because some teams they have a lot of smaller players, so they like to play quick. Other teams
Mm-hmm.
they have more of like a set structure, so they'll slow the ball down. They always like to set it up. It was interesting because coming from Ireland, like we don't have all like those like big amount of talent. Like we have a lot of talented players, but when you get to play against other European countries, it's just completely different. Like to see the talent they have, like they have players who can jump out of the gym, but they might not be able to dribble a basketball. But yeah, you have to be aware of that because they can back cut you at any stage. Like even if they can't dribble, they can back cut you because they're quick. So you just have to be always watching just for different people's play styles.
Mm-hmm. So I heard someone describe, I think it was European or American players, and they were like, it's athletes playing basketball rather than basketball players playing basketball. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like yeah, that's a big thing. Like there's like, you have people who have played multiple sports growing up. Like they like so they're able to implement like the small things from different sports. Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't always have to just have a basketball mindset. Like if you played other sports growing up, you're able to see things differently, know things in a different way. So you're able to put them into basketball.
Mm-hmm, totally. And was it that stage at the European Championships that the idea kind of came into your head of I could potentially go to the States, or was it maybe earlier that you mentioned your coach who went to the University of Wyoming? Was that the stage maybe a little bit when you were a little bit younger?
So I actually didn't like it was always the goal. Like when I found out I was like able to like play basketball at some sort of decent level, it was a goal to go to the States. But at the time it didn't seem like really realistic. Like I was still fresh into the game, like I was still trying to learn. I didn't have many like contacts or anything over abroad, but it was when we started to try out for the 20s. Dara actually put me in contact with a guy called Brandon Global. So he was a big connection with Daryl Sullivan, put me in contact with him. He was like a big connection for me. Like he reached out to coaches. He made a little short clip for my Kosovo like Euros and he sent it out to coaches and they all started to reach out to me. And it was at that stage I was like, okay, maybe could really be an opportunity for me.
Okay, and what kind of coaches were getting in contact? Was it prep schools? I know you went to junior college. Was there any maybe D3 schools that were, or D2 even?
So it was prep schools and JUCOs were really like the main ones that were getting in contact. And like after speaking to like I really thought like prep might be like a go-to just because I didn't know much about junior college and I knew
Yeah.
kind of about prep schools like because I knew Aiden and Max were already over here. They were already in like a high school, so I was like, I'll probably be similar. But
Yeah.
like it was junior college, and I talked to Brandon. He was like, trust me, junior college is the way to go. Like prep schools don't always give a full scholarship, so
Okay.
I didn't always want to like. It wasn't something that I couldn't do, but I didn't want to just fork out money for something that I didn't necessarily need to do.
Yeah.
So I decided I was just like, okay, yeah, like junior college, if I get a full scholarship to go there, it's something that I can do that for a year. And it was my whole goal after I found out junior college. I was like, I'm like determined. Only want to spend 1 year in junior college. That was it. Only wanted to spend.
Okay. Okay. And how does, because I know if you do the 2 years, you get the, is it associate's degree? So how does that work out in terms of the academics then with just the 1 year?
So my academics still transferred over. So it just counted as me technically just doing a freshman year in university. So it just
Okay.
so my academics still like transferred over. All of them still went over. Like it was just I didn't get any degree necessarily. I didn't get an associate of arts degree, but I still like had credits that still like transferred over as me just doing a freshman year in college.
Okay, that makes sense. So you went to Otero, I think I'm saying
Yeah,
that right. Otero Junior College in Colorado. What stood out with them? I because there was a couple of other schools probably in contact.
yeah. So it was honestly just like the relationship. But like a big thing for me with recruiting is the relationship you can build with a coach. Like the relationship I built with Cole Dewey and Coach Tao, like Zach Tao, like there was just they were very like responsive. Like they didn't necessarily like try to sugarcoat everything. Like they straight up told me they were just like, look, you're still developing as a basketball player. There are a lot of things you're good at, but like these are things that you really are bad at. We need like we can help you become better at this. And that was like big. I didn't like because I didn't want the whole sugarcoating thing coming from a coach where it's like, oh, you're perfect. You're like our dream player. I didn't want that. I wanted straight honesty, and that's what they gave me. And like, I'm not saying other coaches didn't do that, but just the way they did it, like the way they wanted to know me as a person, like they wanted to know about Ireland, they wanted to know about the family. Like it was a big thing for me.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear what were those things that they kind of said we need to work on, and you obviously improved on them during your time at Otero.
It was it was just being able to read the ball coming off rebounds. Like I've I haven't become like an extremely good rebounder, but I've definitely become better ever since I started playing. So it's reading the ball coming off the rim on rebounds, being able to position myself better when I play basketball, position myself better on screens, get my footwork better, get my speed better. It was just all those little things that like you need to work on, but they can help you work on it.
How did they do that? Was that mostly through in person stuff on the court, or was there a lot of video on that? How did they really nail those things down?
So yeah, a lot of the time we'd go in the morning because before school or maybe just before practice, because we'd have practice later in the afternoon. It's just how it worked at junior college. We'd go in the morning and we'd do like an hour, 45 minutes of like an individual session where they just do these drills. Like they'd have me doing backboard taps, just working on my athleticism, just backboard taps, then finishing on the other side of the rim. Or they just throw it off the rim and I'd have to be able to read it and go get the rebound, just being on my toes and just being able to jump and react to it. Just a lot. There's a lot of like basic, boring stuff, but like you can never get bored of the fundamentals. Like
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm interested to hear you were doing the individual workouts. What was the schedule like then with the team and kind of in season? How did that all work?
so, in season for us, we'd have like our classes in the morning, and depending like when your classes start, like some people like would have maybe three classes from like 8 a.m. to like 12, and some people might only have one class that day. It starts at 11. It all depends. So we have our classes, and then you might have your individual like in between like a break. If you had a break from 10 to 11, you might do an individual session in there with a coach. But
Mm-hmm.
we'd do that. Then we'd have lunch. We'd practice maybe about 2 or 1, depending like on what the court like schedule was like then. So we'd have women's basketball and we'd have volleyball all using the same court.
Okay.
So it was all dependent on that. And then from there we'd practice for an hour and a half. Like we'd get some drills in, we'd play a bit. And it was just that was really the session. And then we go back later that night and just get your own shots up, get whatever you need, get an ice bath if you needed to do it. Like just get some recovery.
And what was it like adapting to the US style or what they were running in the junior college?
It was a shock. Like everyone talked about the pace of the game. Like it's like, oh, it's a quick game, it's a quick game. But like you can never really picture what it's going to be like. I played with, I'd say, probably some of the quickest guards in the like region or conference I played in. Like
Wow.
they were quick, like, and it was just being able to react to what they do because they want to push the ball, they want to get up in the court, so you have to be able to run with them. I
Yeah.
took me like a month or so to get like because the elevation coming from Dublin, you're like maybe most 500 feet. I went to Colorado, which is 4,500. It's a big
Jesus.
elevation, so getting my lungs adapted to that, like it took about, no, I wouldn't say a month. Probably took about 2 3 weeks, probably, just to get my lungs
Okay.
ready. And then, unfortunately, when I was starting to get my feet under me, I had a bone bruise in my foot, so it ruled me out for the first 6 weeks of the season.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah, so that was like it was a big bummer when that happened. But like after that, they had like the right rehab. They had me running on the treadmill. They had me like doing the right stuff, making sure my foot would be stable. And after that, I was just hit the floor running again. So I was all good.
Okay, cool. I'm interested to hear. It sounds like a really good experience because as they're like kind of like there's this perception of, oh, I don't want to go to junior college. Do you know that kind of way? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's just people who can't make college. Can you speak about that a little bit?
I think that's the biggest joke. People who say they don't want to go to junior college. Like, obviously, everyone's goal is to get like a scholarship to university. But I played with lads in junior college, like Jonah, who's gone to IUPUI, Ray, who transferred from Idaho State to UIC. I have Ramon, who had offers from Texas Tech and West Virginia, who's now at Long Beach State. Like, I played with some top level players. Like, junior college doesn't mean like you can't play basketball. There is some serious players there. Like, we had the leading scorer in all the junior college in our conference, Teddy Allen, who transferred from West Virginia to Wichita to junior college, and he went to Nebraska. Like, there's some serious players at a junior college level. It's not always because you can't play basketball. There's a lot of other factors that tie into why people go to junior college. So I think for if you can get to any level of college, whether it's D1 to junior college or NAIA, it doesn't matter. You're at college level, just take it.
Yeah, yeah, I like that because it's kind of like it's kind of D1 or bust sort of thing.
That's a joke, honestly. That's a joke. Like, college basketball is college basketball. You have players like Duncan Robinson, who's in the NBA right now, started off at a D3. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't mean anything. If you could
yeah,
play basketball, you're going to be found. Like, they're going to find you.
dead right. I think there was a team recently. Was it Division Two that beat Division One, or was Division Three
Yeah,
that
yeah,
beat
yeah.
Division Two?
I think
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but it just shows like, yeah, it just shows just because Division Two doesn't mean they can't play. Like,
there's some serious players at the level. Like, there's just different factors tying. Maybe for some reason, coming out of high school, you didn't get the looks you were meant to get. But it
yeah,
doesn't mean like just because you're not playing at Division 1 level, you can't play basketball.
yeah,
Like, I know lads like who I went to junior college with, who I played against at junior college, who can really play basketball, but because of reasons like academics, they just can't go to Division 1. Doesn't mean that they're not going to be pros. It doesn't mean they're not going to make 100 grand someday in their life. They just didn't get the luck to go to Division 1 because of different reasons.
exactly. Out of interest, Last Chance U. What's that like? Was it how comparable was it to actually being in junior college? Did they do a good job, or was it quite kind of done
I,
up for the cameras?
that's the crazy thing. Like, Last Chance U, like, it's a bit of both.
Okay,
Like college out in LA for junior college, or like California in general, like, they don't have any sports scholarships. So I was like,
okay,
but I think the majority of the rest of America and most states do have sports scholarships for a junior college level.
mm,
Like, the crazy thing was, like, Last Chance U, we have a coach who actually was at Long Beach State, who just came here this year. He coached Joe Hampton when he transferred to Long Beach State. And he said the stuff you see on Last Chance U is just, it's like, it's for audience appeal. Like, some of
yeah,
it's true, but like the way they made Joe out to be sometimes where he's spazzing out and all that, like, they do that just because like it draws people in. Like,
yeah,
yeah, you'll have moments where you spaz out and stuff, but it's not as serious as they make it out to be. But there are, like, yeah, but the troubles that come with it, like where you see like they're where they are, like they watch film in a classroom. Like, that's a normal thing. Like, you don't have these big things like for film and all that. Like, a lot of the time you'd sit down in the court and you maybe wheel out a little TV to watch it. Like,
there's no film room.
yeah, like, we have a film. Like, we're blessed here at this university to have a big film room for us to watch film in. But like, the stuff like that is, it's accurate for points, but other points, like, they just blow it out of proportion just because it entices viewers to watch it. Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was still a good series.
oh no,
If anyone's listening,
right.
it was really good. But as you said, sometimes take it with a little bit of pinch of salt. Sometimes,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, like, there's stuff in it that, like, definitely, like, 100% accurate. Like, the way, like, you'd have like coaches freaking out, but that happens at any level. Like, you'd have
yeah,
people like running like punishment lines, like, but that happens. Like, if you mess up, like, you need to be running it. It's not taken lightly.
mm,
Like, yeah, and there's some stuff that's just, it's a bit like, it's a bit of an exaggeration, but it makes it interesting, so why not do it?
Yeah, it's good TV. So I'm interested to hear you had offers then from Boise State, Florida Gulf Coast, Montana State, and Wyoming, where you were. When did those offers start to come in? And at the time when you were in junior college, when did you realise Division One was like a realistic goal?
So when I first got here, like a couple of months into it, we went to play at things called jamborees, which is kind of like junior college AAU. Like
Okay.
you go to like an event center, they'd have like 6 courts, and you'd have games. Like you just play against other junior colleges, and college coaches would all be there watching you.
Hmm.
So from that was probably my first realistic look at it. I was just like, when some coaches, they came to talk to me after a game, or they talked to my coach and he told them they were looking at me. I was like, I was thinking, okay, this is going to be serious. But I already had that mindset going in. I was just like, this is my goal. I only want to spend 1 year at junior college. I have
Hmm.
no problem going to junior college for 2 years, but I wanted to get like the most of playing at the university over here. So that was like my goal. And then, so I played in 2 jamborees, 2 or 3 maybe. And after that, after the last one, it was around end of October is when I messed up my foot. And
Okay.
that's like a foot injury for a big player it's not taken lightly with coaches like you, because
Hmm.
you put a lot of weight in your feet. So then unfortunately I lost a lot of coaches. Like coaches stopped talking to me. Like at the start
Okay.
they were like, oh yeah, we're still interested in you. We want to make sure, and they were checking up on me. But then slowly they all started to fade away. And then
Okay.
I was just like, okay. So I was just very determined when I was in my rehab that I had to prove them all wrong. Like, if you don't want to talk to me when I'm injured, then I don't want to be like part of your university.
Yeah.
So
How frustrating is it when they're like just kind of not giving up on you, but just not interested anymore?
I was frustrating, but at the same time, you learn like college is a business over here. Like you're trying to make money. So why would you put all your stuff in one bag when you don't know if that player is ever going to be the same again? So
Yeah.
like it was very frustrating, but I could also understand like they're thinking as business people. Like they could lose their job next week if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
College is it's a big business over here. So I understood, but yeah, it was very frustrating at the time. But I was just
Mm.
determined to work my way back, prove them all wrong. Like that I could, like, yeah, you might want to leave now, but at the same time, you're just going to miss out.
Yeah. And those schools that I mentioned, they were obviously some of the ones that had kept in contact
Yeah,
during that period of time.
they kept in contact, and they like stayed around. They didn't necessarily talk to me all the time, but my coach was telling me they were still like looking at me. They were always asking about my progress, which was like it wasn't as serious like as I think some of them thought. But like
Hmm.
I understand what like they thought that way. But yeah, they'd reach out to me like maybe once a week, twice a week, just ask how I'm doing. Like it was nothing major. It was just like a little text here and there. But like
Yeah.
that went a long way. Just knowing that they still like didn't give up hope and all that, it was really good.
Yeah, definitely. And it kept you obviously going with your
All
injury.
right.
And as determined as you were, I'm sure the text messages did help.
Oh no, they definitely helped. Like it definitely showed that I still had a chance to play at a Division 1 level. So it was great.
Hmm. I'm interested to hear about the kind of relationship you have with a coach and the recruiting process. What kind of questions do you ask the coach, and what do they ask you, and how do you kind of develop that relationship and kind of figure out, right, I'm interested in this school or I might not be interested in this school?
So I actually, when you were showing me the questions you were going to ask, I was trying to look for the questions I actually wrote down that I used to ask coaches. Like I can't remember all of them off the top of my head.
Oh, no worries, no problem.
I couldn't find it because I must have deleted the notes thing I had on my phone. But like I was like questions like, how do you see me fitting into your system? Like why are you recruiting me? Like what reason like do you have to recruit me? Like it was just
Hmm.
like it was straightforward questions. It was just like, okay, if I go to your school, how can you make me a better player? Like you have this player who already plays my position. Why do you need me? Like, it was just
Yeah.
straightforward. Like it wasn't necessarily like I don't want to go to your school questions, but it was I wanted them to be honest with me and like, okay, we need you for this. Like your role on this team is going to be this. Like it was just
Hmm.
straightforward, honest questions. And then it was just a big part. Like, was just getting to know me as a person. Like, because I'm around these coaches more than like anyone else. Like, you go like today. I got to the facility at 8:30. I didn't leave till 1:30 to come here, like to come back.
Mm.
Other than that, I'd be at that facility probably till 2 or 3. Like,
Wow.
you're around those coaches all the time. Like, you watch film with them. You need to be able to talk to about them something other than basketball. So when they was recruiting me, like being able to talk to them about like personal stuff, like like my family, like how important my family is to me, like what home is like, what like I'm looking for in a university that would like kind of compare to home. Like, it was just stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, it wasn't always basketball. It was just being able to actually have a conversation. And even when like some coaches called, like we didn't always talk basketball. Like,
Yeah.
they just asked me how my day was going, like how school was, and we just talk about stuff like that. And then they tell me how their day was. Like, it wasn't always straight basketball. Like, it was just they just called just to chat. Like, and that was really big. Because
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want them just as a basketball player. I wanted like me as a person. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I'm interested to hear like very mature questions and very mature explanation there. How did you reach out to anyone about the process? Did you get advice at all, or was that just
yeah. So I did. I reached out. Like, so the guy who was helping me, who came over here in the first place, Brandon Global. I stay in contact with him all the time. He's been a great help. Even when I was actually choosing Division 1 university, he was great help for that. But I
mm,
asked him, like, I was like, straight up, I was just like, look, I want to know what questions I should be asking coaches. Like, I knew in my head some, and he told me some others. Conor Meaney as well. Like, he was big help. Like, he's always been a big help throughout my whole career. Even when I started playing basketball, I had a great relationship with him. And then I just reached out to like a couple of the other lads who were over here. Like, I just asked them, well, like, what should I do? Like, what should I be looking for in a university? So I knew personally what I should look for, but at the same time, they were able to like tell me stuff they looked for when they went to college. Like,
yeah? What were those little things that they advised you on out of interest?
there was one big thing for me, which is what I was already looking for there. They're saying just look for somewhere that's going to be a family, like
Okay.
somewhere that's going to be very close knit. Because if you have a team that's always fighting with each other, you're not going to win anything. Or if you have
Yeah.
a coaching staff that's separated, so like this coach only wants to associate with his point guards, it's just not going
Mm,
to work out. Like, so that's a great thing that this university have. Like, the whole coaching staff is together, all the players are together, and everyone mixes. Like, if I have a question I want to ask, like Sundance Wicks, who would take the point guards, I could ask him,
mm,
he'd tell me. Or if I wanted to ask Ken DeWeese, who recruited me, he's not my positional coach, but he recruited me to come here. I could ask. Like, it's just like that was a big thing for me. Someone that like a coaching staff that would act like a family in a university that just like is just together.
out of interest, you mentioned you were in contact with other people and you had all your questions. Looking back to it would have been probably a year and a half ago. Is there anything you would change or would you ask now with the experience you've had the past year?
Um, I did ask this question to a couple of colleges just because like I did get injured the year before, so like, and I'd probably ask it again if I was ever getting recruited, even if I wasn't injured. It was just, what would you do if I got hurt? Like,
Okay.
that was a big thing. It's like what are you gonna do if I get hurt? Like, are you just gonna throw me aside, or what are you gonna do? Because I
Okay.
know, like, just from you hear stories about some players who, like, knock on wood, like tear their ACL or something, like they're just
Mm,
thrown aside. Like, yeah, the college takes care of them, but as soon as they recovered, like they transfer, like they're done.
yeah.
That was a big thing. I said, what if I get hurt again? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna react?
Okay. Yeah, I understand. So you went to Wyoming. You became the 32nd Division One player from Ireland. Looking back to when you were 16, picking up a basketball, that must have been. I know you were saying like playing for Ireland was one of your biggest achievements, but what was that like actually signing and being like I'm a Division One player?
It was great. Like, it was like I couldn't, like, I had a lot of like inner excitement. Like, my like, whole body was like jittery. Like, when I was coming down to my final two schools, like Montana State and Wyoming, like it was just, I honestly, like, my dreams coming up to then was just like, it was just thinking about playing on Division 1 stage, like having a crowd just around you, like stepping on that court as a Division 1 player. Like
Yeah.
no matter how long it lasts, like no one can take that away from me. I played Division 1 basketball.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm interested to hear then, when did you sign? Because was that after COVID kicked off, and how quick from when you signed did you get to go to Wyoming?
So I went home in March, just before Paddy's Day.
Okay.
Uh, when COVID first started, I went home then because the junior college closed. So I went home, and I was still getting recruited when I was at home. I was still talking to the coaches.
Okay.
And so I was home over then. And that's when like I was like, okay, I can't go on any visits to these schools. I In my head I was like, okay, I need to start like I can't be messing around. I need to start like closing down what schools I actually want to go to.
Hmm.
And it was during that time I was like Montana State and Wyoming were like they seemed like the best fits for me, just as a
Hmm.
player and just how the coaching staff were. So I started to close that down. I think I signed around April, May, around that.
Okay.
That's when I
And you didn't get to go on any visits then
no, I
to
got
anywhere?
no visits. I was meant to go on a visit to Boise before COVID really became serious.
Okay.
I unfortunately, like when we were planning the visit, COVID started kicking off, and the NCAA said they're stopping all visits.
Okay. Okay. And then so you signed in kind of May time. When did you get to actually go over to the States then again after the summer? It must have been late enough, was it? Or
Yeah, I got to go over. I'd say got to go over probably like maybe like 20th of July. So
okay.
I don't think I've even been here like a full year, maybe just before that. Well, I haven't been a full year yet. And so what I did was I had to go to Croatia because they were banning flights from Ireland and different parts of Europe.
Oh yeah.
I went to Croatia for a week and a bit. That was thanks to Matt, Enya, and Anna. They all told me that that's the route they were taking to go over. So I was like, okay, if that route works, I'm going to do the same. So I went over there. We all stayed around the Dubrovnik area. We always just chilling out together. And like went from there, came over. And when I got here, I'd say it was probably around the 20th of July.
Hmm.
I stayed in quarantine for about 2 weeks here. Stayed like a week in the dorms and then like a week up in my gaff here in the apartment. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so that was like my quarantine for 2 weeks, and then after that, so I probably started practice like the beginning of August. It was like around my first practice.
And what was it like getting on the plane in Croatia to come to Wyoming that you hadn't been there before? I'd say it was scary enough.
Oh yeah, no, it was scary. It wasn't scary, but like I was nervous. I was like, I'm not going to be home for a long time now. Like
Yeah.
like this is the last time I'm going to be in Europe. Like all that. But so yeah, getting on the plane, it was like I was really excited because I was like, can't wait to just land. Like when I get to Wyoming, that's going to be my new home.
Yeah.
It's going to be a new place for me. I was really
I was just going to say, out of interest, apart from family and friends, what do you miss most about home?
food, food,
Yeah, that's what everyone seems to be saying that.
food. Like it's good over here, but it's just not home. It's just not mom's cooking.
Okay, okay. You
Mom-
wouldn't get not a takeaway or anything, no?
I like I love a spice bag. I really would. I love a spice bag from fish and chips. I would.
Do you show the lads some of the food and some of the stuff we have at home? Actually, have you showed them GA yet or anything?
Yeah, I showed them all clips of GA. They all think it's a load of bollocks, but whatever. They think it's
They're like, what is this?
they don't understand. Like they're just like, so is it baseball? Is it lacrosse? I'm just like, it's hurling. That's what it is.
It's better.
It's better than all of that. It's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So so you started training then around August. What's that like going from, let's say, training in Ireland, then JUCO, then Division 1? What give us a bit of insight really into the standard that's held over there?
So not to say that like practices back home aren't intense or practices at JUCO aren't intense, but like this year was a whole different level. Like we'd be like, because I'm like, we don't like back home. There's not many lift, like you don't lift or anything like that as a team very regularly. Like some teams do it at the Super League level or maybe at the National League level. Like some teams would do it. At JUCO, we did it a bit. Like it wasn't serious. Like we'd maybe have a couple weight sessions a week. But here, like you lift like every day before practice nearly, and then like you have an optional lift on a Saturday. You're already bollocks after the lift and coming in to do hour and a half, 2 hour practice, maybe 2.5 some days, depending on how coach feels. Like it's no joke. Like your legs are cooked, like your upper body's done, like your shoulders, you're trying to make a shot and you've just been lifting with your shoulders, like doing a shoulder press, your shoulders are done. Like
Yeah.
it's great. But when I first got introduced to that, I was like, God, I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this.
Yeah. Out of interest, what got you through those really like tough sessions where you're like, geez, it's like, I don't know if I can finish?
I wanted to stay at this level. I wanted to play basketball. Like that was the main thing. Like I love to lift. I love to play basketball. Like I love the whole aspect of all that. Like we've probably, in my opinion, the best strength coach here. Like he's
Mm.
like his knowledge for everything. Like he's more than strength. Like he knows like all the muscles in your body, how to treat them. Like if you say you're hurting, he'll adapt the lift. Like he'll change the lift so you don't like strain that muscle. Like you still like build muscle around that area, but you don't strain that certain muscle. Like he's
Wow.
so that was like my big like thing getting through. It was just like I wanted to play basketball. Like, and this is I knew at any like Division 1 level, this is what most teams do. They lift and they play.
Mm.
But like other teams might not do it as intense, but I didn't want any easy way out. Like I want to be pushed. I want to become the best player I can be. So I didn't want to take any easy way out.
Class. I love that. Out of interest then, going into your first year, so you just finished your first year, which is your sophomore year because of the
Yeah.
junior college. What was your role on the team and how did you approach that role?
So my role on the team was just it was honestly just to be a big inside, like to set screens, to get my other teammates open, to get rebounds. That was my biggest role in the team. Like it's just like yes, scoring comes to it, but at the same time, like you can't win a game if you just score. Like you need to stop the other team from scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, like because you're not going to make every basket, but if you can stop the other team, then you can win the game. And that was like a big thing. They wanted me to be able to just stop other players from scoring, just become active, like just become the most active player on the court. And that's what they tell me every day. And that's why I'm trying to like become to that player where I'm the most active. Like I don't get tired. If they need me to play 20 minutes a game, I can play 20 minutes. If they need me to play 40, I can play 40.
Mm-hmm.
I need to just be active and always on my feet, being able to just adjust to everything that happens. So that was like my
And how do you build not only being active physically but being mentally switched on for you? Say, is it if it's going to be 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 seconds? How do you really keep sharp and keep focus in the moment?
just honestly just watch the game. Just see like where one player made a mistake, how you can not make that same mistake. It's always just watching the game. It's learning every time you watch it. Like I think we have probably one of the best offensive bigs in the probably in the country in Graham EK this year. Like so just playing against him in practice every day, watching what he does, watching why he makes a certain thing. It's just you always your brain's always like just going, going, going. Like you take 1 second off, you don't know what's happening. Because if coach says something for whatever reason before that play happens, someone gets injured and your name's called, you weren't paying attention, you're done. So
Yeah.
you're always listening to what coach is saying. He draws up a play in a huddle. Like even if you're not playing, you know what your position's meant to do. Just in
Mm-hmm.
case for whatever reason he calls you to go in and he's like, okay, I need you to do the exact same thing. Like
Yeah.
you always have to stay active. You're always just getting ready. You're always just paying attention. And honestly, playing at this level and watching the team play, you can never fall asleep. It's just exciting to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. Out of interest then in terms of the video analysis side of things and scouting other teams, what's that like and how often do you do it and how much work is put into that side of things?
Oh, serious amount of work's put into it. Like we'd have breakdowns on every player. Like, it doesn't matter if they play 1 minute a game or if they're playing
Wow.
4 minutes. We'd have a breakdown on every player, what their tendencies are, what they like to do when they get on the court, what they like to do and have the ball in their hands. And we'd have a breakdown on every single player. And like, we'd be watching film. Like, when it came into season, we'd watch film. Like, we'd watch and play maybe a game and a half. Like, we'd actually watch a full game, like, as a team. And then you go in with your coach and he'd have little clips of the players that play in your position so you can see what they like to do. And then
Yeah.
we'd get together as a team and then we'd watch the player breakdowns and they'd give us out a little sheet with the player on it and then bullet points of their breakdown. Like, so if they're right-handed, they might like to take 2 dribbles to the right and pull up, or if they're left-handed, they'll never like go to the basket on their right. They'll only pull up on their right. Like, it's just
Okay.
little things like that.
Okay. They're the little small details
Yeah,
that.
the coaches here, like, honestly, they're crazy, but in the best way possible. Like, they're crazy in the best.
And so far, who's been your toughest opponent, whether it's on your own team or the opposition?
So I'd say the toughest opponent I've played against, because like, unfortunately this year again I got injured, missed like
Oh,
seven.
sugar.
Yeah, I missed 17 games or something this year. So it was a bit of a bummer. But I think the toughest opponent we probably played when I was there was Oregon State, who actually I think made it to the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament this year.
Yeah,
So,
they were
like,
they did very well in the tournament.
they were a serious team. Like, and to beat them on their home court was like, it was huge. It was a big win for us. Like, that's a Pac-12 team. That's a Power Five. Like, that's what every player who plays any sport in America dreams of doing, is going to a Power Five school, and we've got to beat them. So I'd say that was probably the toughest when I was playing.
Individually, is there anyone that's stood out during your time, whether junior college or Wyoming?
Individually, um, I'd say someone that like really stood out to me. Like, it wouldn't be an opposition, but it'd be someone on my own team, like Graham. Like, I said it already. Like, he's probably one of the best offensive players, like, at the bigs position in the country. Like, I think he's like 18, 19 years old. And like, his mind for the game is crazy. Like,
Okay.
he's at 18, 19 years old. Like, he's a serious talent. Like, he really.
Okay.
He's just
Is there anything? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no. That's it. Like, he's just a serious player.
Is there anything you've been able to ask or pick up off him at all? Any tips or advice?
Oh yeah, no. I'd always ask him. Like, I'd be like, "Why did you do that certain thing?" Like, I don't care. Like, if I'm 21 years old, I don't care. I still have a lot to learn. I'm not afraid to ask someone who's younger than me, like, because he's been playing the game longer than me. He knows a bit more things about American basketball than me. I'm not scared to ask him a question. Like, I don't care if it was like a new one of the freshmen at 17 years old. Like, I want to know what my teammates thinking. So if I ever go on the court with him, we can be on the same wavelength. Like,
Yeah, I love that. I actually heard something recently. It was more towards coaching or towards chatting to your coach than teammates, but it was, if you ask me a question, it's not that you don't know what's going on, it's that you're actually willing to learn.
yeah,
So if you're asking me a question, that's actually a good thing, because I coach Gaelic football, so I actually don't, like, if you ask me a question, I'm delighted, because then I know you actually want to learn.
yeah. It doesn't matter. Like, if it's like the coach might spaz on you for a second because you should know that, but at the same time, they're like, okay, he's trying not to make this mistake again. Like, yeah, they might get annoyed. They'll be like, you should know this is what you're doing. But at the same time, they're like, okay, if he did this without asking a question, the anger would be so much worse.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
don't
Exactly.
go in acting like you know what you're doing. Like, that was what we're always told. It's like, don't go like, we're like running plays like 5-on-0, and they're like, okay, let's run fist. Like, if you pretend like you know what you're doing, like, you'd mess it up, you're gonna get a lot more trouble than if you just go, hey coach, what am I meant to do in this play? And then he'll be
Yeah.
like, you should know, but you don't mess it up, so it's not as bad.
Looking towards next season and beyond, what's the kind of goal individually and as a team looking towards the 2021-22 college season?
Make the tournament, win the Mountain West.
Mm-hmm.
That's our goal. There's no goal we're setting in less for. Like, that's our goal. Make the Mountain West tournament and win that, and then win the, like, make the NCAA tournament. Like,
Individually, oh sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, I honestly think with the team we have this year, we could really win the Mountain West, which is the conference
Okay.
we're in right now.
Individually, do you have any particular goals, or are you just kind of focused on kind of staying in the moment, staying in the present?
I want to help my team win. That's my goal. Help my team win. Whatever way I can do that, I'm willing to do that. Like,
Very good.
this is my team. Like, this is my family. I'm going to help them win in any way I can.
We had a question in from Matthew on Instagram. What advice would you give your younger self on preparing for college basketball?
Preparing for college basketball, you can never do enough. Never do enough. Never become satisfied with what you're doing, and never get bored of the fundamentals. Like, it doesn't matter. Like Kobe Bryant, one of the best players. Like, there's always stories you hear about him in the gym doing the most boring workouts. But look, he ended up being a top 5 player in most people's opinions. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, you can work on the fancy stuff as well, but if you don't have the boring stuff down, there's no point in working on the fancy stuff.
definitely. Out of interest, how do you strike a balance between constantly improving and, as you said, you can never do enough, and but trying, like, kind of preventing kind of burnout?
Rest, rest is huge. Like, you can spend all the time you want on your phone, but like, you need your sleep, you need your rest. Like we have the facilities here. Like, we have ice tubs, we have a hot tub. Like, we have Normatec boots, which are compressions for your legs to help them recover better. Like, that's huge. Like, it's big. Like, if you have any nagging pain, which I learned the hard way, just deal with it. Like,
Mm,
go seek help for it. Like, there's no point in trying to play through an injury and make it 10 times worse, because in my experience, I did that and it was the stupidest thing I've done. It made me sit out 17 games of my first season at Division One, and honestly, and it put me at jeopardy of never playing basketball again. Like, it's just so, like,
okay.
that'd be a big thing. Like, because I didn't rest, I should have rest. Like, I got my sleep, but sleep isn't the only rest. It's stepping away from basketball as well sometimes.
Mm,
Like, they always tell you get in the gym anytime you want, but at the same time, you can't always be in the gym because your body won't recover. Your body
yeah,
needs to recover to get better. It needs.
definitely. Yeah, you have to give it that time. Out of interest, is there any way do you kind of switch off mentally from basketball and you kind of take that break?
Um, I don't think I'd ever fully switch off from basketball. Yeah, there's times I take like a step back, but I'd never
Mm,
fully switch off. Not because I don't want to. It's just that it's always in your head. Like, it always will just pop into your head at some stage. But it's just being around some of the mates. Like, it's just talking to the family, talking to the mates back home, just being with some of the teammates here. Just
mm,
like, you take a step away from it. Like, you don't always have to be solely focused on basketball. Like, you need something else to occupy some time in your life, whether
yeah.
that's family or just maybe just sit back and watch a movie, like something like that. Just do something different.
Yeah, because it's hard to sometimes strike a balance when you're so engulfed and involved, and then you kind of recognize. I don't know if you've ever had a time where you've recognized, oh, I'm actually getting. I need to take a step back here. I need to kind of chill out for my own benefit, because there's no point in me burning out now. Because then, as you said, kind of with your injury, it'll just take you longer to get back.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, I learned the hard way with my injury. Like, I have to do rehab every day. Like, every day after
Okay.
practice, I'm in there doing rehab, and it's not something I want to do. But if I was smart about it, maybe I wouldn't have to do rehab every day. Like, because
Mm,
I didn't like, I took time away from basketball, like, but not as much as I should have. Like, I should have really just gone to our athletic trainer who like deals with all the injuries and just been like, look, I can't play on this anymore. Like, I need to chill out for, like, maybe it would have been only 1 or 2 days instead of
yeah.
sitting out for 3.5 months. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
maybe that's all it would have been. So that's a big piece of advice I give to people. It's like, if you have any sort of injury, just take some time away. Don't like push through it. Like, there's some injuries you can get through, but injury like I had, an Achilles injury, it's not worth it. Like, it's one of the worst injuries to get, because if that thing ruptures, you might never play again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an awful injury. Out of interest, how did you deal with being out for 3.5 months? Kind of with the mental side of things.
I'm not gonna lie, it took a bit of a toll at the start. Like, I was like upset because I was mad at myself for letting it happen again.
Hmm.
Because the first time when I had the bone bruise in my foot at JUCO, like it wasn't something I could really prevent. Like it kind of happened. It was very
Yeah.
quick. They think someone just landed on my foot and it just messed it up. Which,
Okay. Yeah.
but the Achilles one was just constantly nagging me. I was
Mm.
just mad at myself because I was just like, damn, I was lucky to not tear it, but I was like, if I just wanted to be any more stupid, like kept playing, I might have tore it. That would have put me out for over a year.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah. It's a rotten injury.
I just got really annoyed at myself at times. Like it wasn't like instant, but there was just random times like I'd see them practicing, or we'd be on an away trip, and I'd see them like maybe like struggling in a game or something. I'd be like, I could really be on that court and maybe I could make a difference, maybe I couldn't, but it's the thought that I can't even be there to try and make a difference. I was just pissed.
Yeah. We were speaking there before we hit record that you're back practicing now. How good does it feel now that you're back playing after sitting out for 3.5 months?
Oh, when I got back in April, I was delighted. Like, I was like, yeah, it was great just being back on the court again. Like I slowly started working my way back, like into like doing little drills and stuff with coaches outside of practice. But when I
Yeah.
was able to step on the court again with the team, like I didn't care how bad or how rusty or how out of shape I was. Like it's just the like it really just like it instilled like the love I have for this game. Like, it was just I was like, okay, yeah, this is something I really want to play. Like so I was just so happy to be able to get back.
Yeah, I'd say so. We're going to move on to the sideline seven. It's the same 7 questions at the end of every podcast. Question one: what is your favorite quote?
Uh oof. Live every day to the fullest, never live a day thinking you could have done more.
Who said that?
It was honestly just a mix of little quotes I put together. Like
Okay.
it's something that I like to just do. Like I don't do it every day, but it's something I keep reminding myself I need to do.
Okay, cool. Do you have it on like your phone or a notebook
Yeah,
or something? Or
on my phone. I have it on my phone.
okay.
It's just there in my notes and I just look at it. And it's something that reminds me every day that I just don't take it for granted. Just keep going.
Okay, that's cool. Best sporting event you've been to?
Uh, Probably when I went with my dad to see New York Knicks and Indiana Pacers.
Yeah. It's like a show, isn't it?
Yeah, I went to my dad a couple of years ago, and I seen them both play, and it was great. Like it was a great
Yeah.
experience getting to see them play.
Out of interest, from an individual point of view, what's the best sporting event you've been involved in?
I've been involved in probably my first Euros game.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I played in it. I didn't like have much like involvement in terms of like the whole like event, but just being part of the Euros team, like that was probably the best sporting event. Just European Championships was great.
Biggest setback or challenge so far in your career?
My Achilles, like
Yeah, we've spoken about
yeah,
there. Yeah.
that's my biggest one. Like I don't think anything can top that because I'm not going to be stupid like that again.
Yeah, yeah, you've learned from it. Kind of on the flip side, then you kind of spoke about it though. Your biggest achievement on or off the court.
Representing my country, that's my
Yeah,
biggest achievement. Like that's going to be it for a long time. Like of course, like win like a division one level, making a pro team, but like getting to wear an Irish jersey, like I have it in the background there, like getting to wear an Irish jersey, it's huge. It's an honor. Like it's not something many people get to do to represent their country at any stage.
what's it like when the anthem's playing?
Honestly, like when I first heard it, like in Kosovo, like, I heard it when we played Wales, but hearing it in Kosovo, like it was a whole different experience. Like
Okay.
that's the country's anthem playing. Like you're there with your whatever your 12, 15 lads all ready to just go at it. Like just
Yeah,
go to war for each other really.
yeah, yeah. I'd say it's special. All right. Advice to your 18-year-old self.
Never be satisfied. There's always
Okay.
never be satisfied. Never.
Were you at a younger age? Was that something that you kind of struggled with, or was that always?
No, like I never was satisfied, but it's just advice I'd always just give myself. Like there's always another step you can go to. Like I could make a pro team, but okay, that might be in Europe. Why can't I make the NBA? Now, why can't I be one of the better players? It's always just never be satisfied. There's always more I can achieve.
Dream dinner guest and why?
Dream dinner guest. Probably go with LeBron or Giannis, maybe one of them.
What would you ask LeBron out of interest?
What he did, like how did he become the player he is? Like,
Yeah.
the steps he took. It'd be the same for Giannis. Like, how did he become that player?
Yeah. I wonder how LeBron keeps injury free. I know he was kind of injured this year, but like in fairness, he's like nearly 40. Like,
He's played 17 seasons without a serious injury. Like,
yeah,
I heard
it's mad.
he put millions into his body every year, but not all of us had that luxury to do that. But even before, like when he was in high school, everything, like what did he do to become the player he was? Like,
Yeah, that'd be a good conversation. Last question: if your life was a book, what chapter would this be called?
Damn, that's a hard one now. I was thinking about that when you showed it to me. I don't know. The recovery.
Definitely. So we've big things to expect now. No pressure.
I'm trying to live up to them expectations. That's my goal.
Love it. So Eoin, look, thank you so much for your time. Just want to wish you the best of luck next year with the season, with everything, with your injury. Hopefully you're flying again soon, and we'll keep in touch.
Of course. Thank you very much for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
A massive thank you to Eoin for joining me today. I thoroughly enjoyed our chat and I hope you got something from it. I'll be sure to leave Eoin's links in the description box below, and I just want to wish him the very best of luck next season. This is all part of the Green Army Abroad series, where we hear from Irish basketball players around the globe. If there was someone you'd like to hear from, be sure to let me know over on Instagram or Twitter @TheSidelineLive. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll catch you in the next one.